Welcome back, everybody. OGdarkspyder here with another episode of Farming Simulator 22. Today is about mining, but more on gold mining. There's been a lot of questions about mining and gold mining on Farming Simulator 22. Now, PC's a lot different. I'm not going to get into the PC side of it because it's really just completely different things. This is console PS5. I'd say it's about the same for Xbox. But here's what I've figured out so far. To do gold mining, you're going to need the rock crusher. Now, this is on Deadwood. This is a really, really good map. It's definitely becoming a favorite of mine for just about everything. Logging, mining, you can even do a little bit of farming, but it gets expensive really, really quick if you want to do mining the right way. Well, is there a right way? Is there a wrong way? However you want to do it. Okay. So what I've done, this trailer is filled with 5 million liters of rock, and I used these auto loaders. These are the you can see it there. However you want to pronounce that. Is it grimy? Grimme? I guess if maybe you're a little snooty, it's the Grimme TC816X40 kph. Now what I've done is I'm going to go in construction mode. I'm going to show you what I did here. I daisy chained these. If you watch my my other video where I talked about a mining hack, this is it. These things, it gets a little expensive, but I really don't find it any more or less expensive than buying dumps and then bulldozers and so forth, because the amount of time it's going to take you to fill a 50,000 liter dump truck, or even if you did a 5 million liter like this one over here, it took forever. I mean, let's just be real about it. Even with the auto loaders, to fill 5 million liters in that little thing takes time. And you still got to be present to do it. Okay? So what I did was this. Now, if you look, I'm going to go to the rock crusher. As you can see, it's still missing material. So let's go to start. We're going to go to the rock crusher up here. All right, here we go. Crusher. As you can see, it has water and it takes diesel. And it holds a ton of both. I spent a lot of money buying all that diesel. I do have the biogas plant making diesel, but at this point I'm still really shy of what you'd need. I mean, you could probably get it running with what I have at 349,000 liters, but I went ahead and just bought some to get it started, and then I'm going to set that to distribute, and it'll just send the diesel straight over or wherever it needs to go. The water, what I did with the water was, guys, if you're going to mine, I'm telling you, these TLX Phoenixes are a must-have. 820,000 liter tank on the back. I put in these silos. This silo is a 500 million liter silo, underground storage. Put a water pump next to it. I fill up here, and all I have to do is just back it up, and this picks up pretty quick. I don't think it's on the tanker. It is on the tanker. I wonder why it's not. Oh, because I don't have water in it. Goof. Let's put a little water in it. We don't have to fill it up because it takes a minute. As you see, I don't have any of that stuff. It takes a minute, but we'll let it fill up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But anyways, it doesn't take. We'll do it with the rocks because I haven't even done the rocks yet. So we're going to jump in this guy right here. You can actually get in these. And I already have it lined out. So all I have to do is we're going to stretch it out. Everything's already set to auto. Now, as you can see, we're a little shy. So we're just going to take her back. And there she goes. We're going to connect it. And as you can see, it's dumping. We're going to jump out. And look at that. Stones are just going in automatically. Now, it'll run for a minute by itself, but you will have to jump back in it. And as you can see, this rock crusher goes really, really quick. It does everything pretty quick. And those rocks, the way I had this thing set up is I put them all the way out here. See, it's already stopped. So I have to get back in it. But it's just gonna take all this rock all the way apparently back to here. Okay? It's still running because it's gonna finish what was on the conveyor belts. And there you have it. And I mean, how many seconds did that take? And we're almost at 90,000 liters of rock. And she's still, there she goes. Okay. So just hop back in it. I thought I connected that already. There it goes. All right, now if you look at the top, you have all those up there. We're going to turn the conveyors on one by one. Now that should do it. I can't tell if they're working or not. Let's get out and check. I hear it, it's running. And there you have it again. So we get back in it, we're gonna have to do the same thing again. Turn on. And like I said, you're gonna be here anyway, so whether you're filling up a trailer or whatever you're doing, you got to be here for it anyway. So this is no different. This is just a lot easier. The biggest pain about getting these is bringing them up here on a trailer. It's really the hardest part. And we were bringing them up here 4, 6 at a time. Not really DOT approved, of course, but you know, we got them up here, and they're pretty easy to set up. They can be a little squirrely at first, but they're actually pretty easy to set up. Let's go into construction and take a look. And as you can see, they're still going. See how it's just taking care of everything we need to take care of it. And it's stopped back there for some reason. But see, I set them all on, so it'll continue taking rock. So if one fails me, I still have all the other ones that are set on auto too. So I don't know why that one's not running though. Let's take a look. Because there are going to be some that are off screen up there at the top. I don't know why that one's not running. But the rest of them are still working, and that's fine. And you can actually even drive these still while they're in here. You can still maneuver them a little bit. But this is definitely going to take care of our rock quarry for us. Let's get back out and see, we're at almost 400,000 stones already. So it works really, really well. Like I said, you guys want to use a dump and a dozer, I mean, have at it. You can even, you know, you're probably going to need one anyways, because eventually you're going to have to start shoving some stones around these. They don't have to be real close, but they're going to have to be decently close. So, you know, you can even disconnect one and move it around. And see, I just moved that one. And you can move them just... it's almost like that one's set to AI, because it was definitely moving on its own. But again, guys, so that's an easy way to get your rocks. But let's get into the gold mining aspect of this side. So we got rocks in our rock crusher. The rock crusher is going to produce, you know, this, you know, lime and everything. Let's get into the start menu and let's find out. But I want to get this running again really quick. So turn on. Turn on. Turn on. There we go. So anyways, let's go to start. So now you've got everything in there. You got your stones, you got your diesel, and you got your water. And you're always going to have to fill this with diesel and water. I have not found a way to get the rock crusher to accept water other than just manually putting it in. Okay. Now you want to make gold. As you can see, the crusher does not produce gold in any way. So what you're going to have to do is, these are all base. And another thing I want to remind you guys of is that you have a slot count. Everybody knows what your slot count is on console. It's 4,400. Remember this. It doesn't cost you any slot count points to buy productions that are already on the map. Now, I don't know this to be 100% certain, but I'd say it's because it's already considered in that slot count when you start. Because you don't start at 0 slot counts. A lot of times you'll start at 1,100. I've seen them as high as 1,800. So they're already considered in that slot count is what I'm assuming. Now, if I were to put down a production out of my construction menu, yes, it counts against your slot counts. But when I bought this crusher and I bought the smelter and I bought the gold production, it didn't count against my production because it's already there. So again, back to the crusher. So it's producing everything for us. So now we're going to go to the smelter, and what does it need? It needs all this other stuff. And look, very top, gold. Now this is missing materials, of course, because it's missing everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our crusher, distribute, set everything to distribute. Okay, now, so while that's working, I think it only changes on the hour. Now I can speed up time, but we're going to get everything go to our smelter. It's not there yet, but it will be. Now we're going to go down to our gold production. I already got water put in it. It's another one of those production companies that requires water. Let me take you to the map and I'll show you what I did. I'm just going to enter the vehicle. Okay. So I did the same thing here that I did up by the rock crusher. This is a little bit more challenging because you're at the end of the map. But again, I put in the little silo because I usually use the 50 million liter silos, but they're just too big for this. So again, I put in a little silo and poof, there's your water pump. Now, I don't have to drive across the map to fill up my water. And this thing takes a lot of water. I know it says only 100,000, but it goes through water pretty quickly as it's producing. So let's go back down and see we've got our water in. Now it's just waiting on the pay dirt and the coal. Now this gold has to be distributed back to the smelter to make gold bars. And you're looking, it looks like, so you can see what it takes. Oh, what is that on the right? Okay, now it takes plywood. Why in the world it takes plywood to make gold bars? I can only assume maybe it's because they're putting them on pallets. I don't know. So you got to go down to your plywood factory, and there it is. There's a plywood factory right down the street. Wood chips are not a problem in this game. There's so many trees. You shouldn't have any problems producing wood chips. Just go buy that devourer. If you don't want to do the sawmill, just go buy the wood devourer and just eat trees, because that's pretty much what I did. If I go into construction, I can show you. I did nothing but eat probably 20 million liters of wood chip tree and turn them into wood chips, trees, and turn them into wood chips. Because this entire area over here was nothing but trees. I think out about this far, and I chewed them all up. I even have a tree laying there still. All this was very heavy in trees, very, very heavy. And it gave me enough wood chips to do the biogas plant to make diesel, and it's given me enough wood chips to work the plywood factory. So, and I have those set to distribute, so it should be going to here. There's already 102 liters right there. So it's already producing, it's already distributing. And then everything else, so like I went ahead and bought the cement factory as well, because the limestone, the gravel, the stone powder, lime, and sand, you're going to have excess, so why not just go ahead and buy it, and then I can set everything to sell. But as you can see, this one also takes diesel. So what we can do is we're going to go all the way up. We're going to go to our biogas plant. And as you can see, I told you guys, those trees and the wood chips, that devourer is awesome. Let's go down to diesel. We have 355,000 liters. Let's set it to distribute. And there you have it. Now within the hour, we should have diesel at our other plant that needs it, the cement factory. So, but that's the only way you're going to produce gold, is this method. I haven't figured out any other way to make gold in this game. Now, you can buy a universal crusher, and you can put it on almost any map. But I'll be honest with you, I've had a lot of maps not load until I take it off. There's a universal crusher in this game, in this map, that you can buy. It may work a little faster, but I will tell you that it does do this though. Let's go back to. Here we go. All right. I will tell you that it will pick up the water from this. If you put a universal crusher in, go to production. I gotta find it. I don't ever remember where it's at. I don't know if the universal crusher works any faster. But see, it takes diesel, water, and stones as well. And it's not much, I mean, it's not much smaller. So you'd have to work it out to where you're gonna be able to put it in here to pick up that. And it's not gonna go right now. Oh, there it goes. So you could probably put it about right here, and it would probably work out for you. And it should pick up that water. It always has in the past. But we really don't need it. And it's only 7 points on your slot count. I'm only at 1761, and I got a ton of stuff on this map. But it produces the same exact stuff that you've already purchased that for, and this cost you $10,000. So, you know, you could start with this and then buy the big one later on. But we're going to put it in just to see if it's actually going to pick that up. I'm very curious to see if it's going to pick it up. It normally does. There it is. See, it picks up the water. So this universal crusher will pick up the water from that pump that I have placed out here. Okay. So that's nice. Now let's go to start and take a look. It should produce the exact same things. So there's the other crusher. It does. It makes the exact same things. So you're not, I mean, it maybe it's a little faster because it's a universal. I don't know. But either way, it does solve your water problem, but it's not going to solve your stone or your diesel problem. You're still going to have to deliver stones. Now, what you could do is you could also drop stones in that silo if you wanted to, and it would just pick it up from there. But I don't really know what the point of that would be. But guys, that's about how you're going to do mining on this map. If you want to do gold mining, that's what you got to do. You know, it's a slow process. It's an expensive process, but the payoff at the end, if you look at how much gold bars are worth, even on this map, on hard mode, gold bars are still worth upwards of $9,188 per 1,000 liters. But it's going to take you a little while to get there. It's an expensive process, and but like I say, the payoff at the end is probably worth it because I mean you're going to make a ton of money off those gold bars. So I'm going to keep them. And the cabin view cell station is kind of hard to get to because it's at the very, very top. It's right here. But probably what I'll end up doing is I'll just build a road there. I'll cut down, I'll eat all those trees to the left there of it, and I'll probably go from here and just cut a road in here. Be easier, because this is so tree heavy. This is where it's at. It's the end of the map. So there, you can probably get through here and cut down some of these trees through here, come this way, but it's really mountainy and hilly, and it's a little hard to get to, but it might be worth it to sell those gold bars for the max amount. But guys, that's how you do it. That's how I've been working on it. This is just a test map for this, but that's basically the way you're going to gold mine on any mining map. I mean, I know there's a couple of maps out there that's for PC where you can do coal mining and mining, but I haven't found any maps yet that you can do anything else other than what I've just showed you today. That is how you're going to gold mine unless you move to PC. Guys, I really hope you like this video. I hope you like and subscribe for me and hit that notifications button so you know when I'm putting out new content. But as always, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you got anything you want to comment on, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. And as always, until we meet again.